I have been sitting here thinking about this team, and honestly, the chatter surrounding Shedeur Sanders leaving the Cleveland Browns is nothing but noise. James Palmer is reporting that the front office has absolutely no intention of trading our young quarterback, despite the persistent trade rumors circulating online. This development is fascinating because it proves the organization is truly committed to seeing if Sanders can finally surpass Deshaun Watson before making any drastic moves. And honestly, the more details come out, the harder it is to ignore what is going on behind the scenes. My name is Lucas. Smash that like button, subscribe, and tell me your city in the comments. Let us get into it. The status of quarterback Shedeur Sanders has become the primary topic of conversation among Cleveland Browns fans, despite firm reporting from James Palmer that the team has no intention of trading the young signal caller. Sanders arrived in Cleveland as a fifth-round selection, picked 144th overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, following a collegiate career at Jackson State in Colorado. He signed a 4-year, $4.647 million rookie contract that included a $447,380 signing bonus. Last season, he appeared in 8 games, completing 56.6% of his passes for 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, while adding 169 rushing yards. Think about it this way. The front office is clearly prioritizing his development, aiming to bridge the gap between him and veteran Deshaun Watson before making any drastic roster decisions. While some rumblings suggested he might be on the move if he failed to secure the Week 1 starting job, Palmer indicates the organization remains committed to evaluating his long-term ceiling. This update brings a mix of relief and lingering uncertainty to our fan base, as we wait to see how Todd Monken manages the competition under center. For many of us, the news feels like a calculated move to protect a high-upside asset, yet the skepticism from other teams persists regarding the true intent behind these public denials. It is a classic quarterback dilemma that has gripped our locker room during this offseason. However, we are still left wondering about the internal metrics being used to judge his growth. If the coaching staff is truly set on this path of patience, what specific benchmarks must Sanders hit during training camp to finally surpass the veteran and take the reins of this offense in the regular season? The Cleveland Browns have absolutely no intention of trading Shedeur Sanders, which effectively shuts down the rampant speculation circulating throughout the league. This stance is rooted in the organization's desire to see how much progress he can make in closing the competitive gap between himself and veteran starter Deshaun Watson. When Jimmy Haslam and the front office used the 144th overall pick in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, they secured a talent on an extremely team-friendly rookie contract valued at $4,647 million over 4 years, which includes a $447,380 signing bonus. With 2 full years remaining on that deal beyond 2026, the front office is clearly prioritizing a patient evaluation of his ceiling rather than cutting ties prematurely. And this is the part that gets me. After playing 2 seasons at Jackson State and 2 years at Colorado under his father, Sanders entered the professional ranks with a wealth of experience. Yet his transition last year saw him complete 56.6% of his passes for 1,400 yards with 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions across 8 appearances. While some outside the organization remain skeptical that Cleveland will hold on to him if he fails to secure the starting job by Week 1, the internal perspective is much more measured. Coach Todd Monken and the staff are likely viewing this competition as a necessary pressure test for a developing passer who has shown flashes of athleticism by rushing for 169 yards on 21 attempts. Historical parallels for the Browns often highlight the instability of the quarterback position, but this specific decision signals a shift toward developing depth rather than cycling through options. We have to respect the discipline it takes to avoid a reactionary trade when the noise from rival teams grows loud, as they are clearly protecting their long-term investment in a developing prospect. The quarterback situation currently unfolding in Cleveland has reached a critical juncture that defines the trajectory of our entire season. According to James Palmer, the organization has no intention of trading Shedeur Sanders, and here's why that's a big deal for our long-term stability. By keeping the 24-year-old on his current 4-year, $4,647 million rookie contract, the Browns maintain vital salary cap flexibility while allowing the coaching staff to fully evaluate if Sanders can bridge the performance gap between him and Deshaun Watson. This development forces a real competition for the Week 1 starting job, a move that fundamentally shifts our internal depth chart. If Sanders wins the role, it provides a cost-effective youth movement that could alter our offensive identity against perennial powerhouses like the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens. Even if he stays as the primary backup, his continued development under the guidance of Todd Monken ensures we possess a viable contingency plan should injury or inconsistency plague the position. Facing a challenging schedule, having two capable arms increases our playoff probability significantly, as we no longer rely on a single veteran to shoulder the entire burden of our postseason aspirations. The skepticism from other teams regarding a potential trade suggests the rest of the league recognizes the value of having a young, developing talent like Sanders waiting in the wings. While his 2025 campaign included 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions across 8 appearances, the front office clearly believes his ceiling remains untapped. We are essentially doubling down on our quarterback room, prioritizing internal growth over external upheaval. This strategy protects our future assets while we hunt for consistency in a division that never forgives a slow start. We have a clear path forward now, and the pressure is firmly on the shoulders of our signal callers to deliver results. Retaining Shedeur Sanders is a strategic masterstroke for the Cleveland Browns because it allows the organization to nurture a high-ceiling talent under a cost-controlled contract for the next 2 years. Given his rookie deal is worth only $4.647 million, the team holds massive financial flexibility to develop him while he learns behind veteran Deshaun Watson. The upside of having a young quarterback gain seasoning before taking the reins is exactly how successful franchises build long-term stability. Now here's the thing. The risk remains that Sanders might never evolve into a consistent starter, especially after finishing his 2025 campaign with 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions across 8 appearances. If we hold on to him and his development plateaus, we effectively lose the chance to flip him for draft assets while his value is still perceived as a developmental prospect. According to James Palmer, the Browns have no intention of trading him, though rumors persist that he could be moved if he fails to secure the starting role. Other teams around the league remain skeptical that Cleveland will actually execute any deal, viewing the situation as a standoff between Sanders and Watson. The way I see it, the narrative that he might be traded if he loses the starting job feels like noise created by outside observers rather than a genuine plan by Todd Monken. I find it difficult to believe the front office would panic and dump a 5th-round investment after just 1 season of acclimation. It makes far more sense to keep him in the system, see if he can truly close the gap on Watson during camp, and avoid repeating the mistake of discarding potential talent before they have had a fair opportunity to prove their worth on the field in a stable environment. The Cleveland Browns find themselves at a fascinating crossroads as the franchise balances long-term stability with the immediate pressure to win now under coach Todd Monken and owner Jimmy Haslam. According to James Palmer, the front office has no intention of trading Shedeur Sanders, signaling a commitment to evaluating the young signal caller as he continues to close the gap on Deshaun Watson. With 2 years remaining on his rookie contract following 2026, keeping Sanders makes practical sense, as we need to fully ascertain his ceiling before making any rash decisions. And honestly, this measured approach should give us confidence, as it avoids the common mistake of discarding a developmental talent too early. While there remains an open question regarding who will take the first snap in Week 1, the fact that the team is prioritizing internal competition over a trade suggests a level of patience that is quite refreshing to witness. We should feel optimistic that our front office is focused on maximizing value rather than rushing to fix perceived problems with superficial trades. Having an investment like Sanders, selected at number 144 overall, provides us with a cost-effective insurance policy that could eventually become a cornerstone of our future if he continues to refine his mechanics and decision-making. With 1,400 passing yards and 7 touchdowns in his 8 appearances, Sanders has shown enough flashes to warrant this ongoing evaluation period. Given the current roster structure, do you believe the Browns should officially name Shedeur Sanders the starter for Week 1 over Deshaun Watson? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Dawg Pound. I'll see you in the next one.